Hi, I'm Momita Gokhale, your executive coach, and back with yet another episode of the podcast series Rendezvous, the story of power, passion, and purpose. Today, I have with me Rucha Hardigar, is an experienced coach and facilitator specializing in the areas of leadership development, organization design, talent assessment, and personality assessment. She's a certified coach from ICF as well as Marshall Goldsmith, a certified master trainer and practitioner of Hogan's personality assessments, and a certified cross cultural agility practitioner. She brings her 18 plus years of diverse experience as an HR practitioner, coach, and leadership development professional in India and internationally to help clients realize their potential, create powerful positive change, and align their professional and personal lives for maximum impact. Let us listen to her wisdom on the three P's. Hi, Rucha, how are you?
Hi, Momita. I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, and thank you so much for making time for this rendezvous, the story of power, passion, and purpose.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be part of this.
So, as you can see, the three P's that we have been referring to, Rucha, when you hear these three words, power, passion, and purpose, what comes to your mind?
So when I looked at the three words, the first thing with power, I think for me it equates to freedom. Right? And I know a lot of different people will have different perspectives on this. But for me, power actually means freedom to choose, freedom to act, freedom to not act. And that comes from a place of personal power. So for me, power is not so much about interrelationships as it is about my relationship with myself and whether I am acting from a place of power, which is a place of freedom and a place of choice. And then if I look at passion and purpose, they're almost very connected, because passion is this sort of the fulfillment and the burning sort of flame that is inside, and then your purpose sometimes derives from the passion, but then your purpose can also lead to passion, because purpose is the action. Purpose is what's driving you, what's guiding you forward, the path that you're taking. So for me, those two words are almost interchangeable sometimes, or they can almost be connected. One is fueling the other at different points in our life.
Awesome start. And I think I'm still left with that moment when you said that power is also not to say, not to react. So that's the power within. I think that was awesome articulation of the word power, because most of the time we take it otherwise. So that's very, very positive. So now that we have we are exploring this three P's again, how do you see it impacting your life, or how has it been unfolding in your professional and personal life?
That's a great question, because at this juncture in my professional and personal life, I feel like I'm slowly coming into my power. We live our lives very often for other people. Especially when we're younger, we're trying to find our way, and then we take a lot of guidance from external sources about who we should be, what we should do, where we should go. And I think there comes a point of time in people's lives, especially if we are open to that and we are remaining aware of our own personal power. And so for me, I think that place is where I'm sitting in the moment at almost this juncture of, I'm at peace with what I can choose and what I can do and what I can say yes to and no to. So that definitely is a big theme in my life right now. And I'm also, I think, finding that passion and purpose at the same time. Because along with that peace and along with the power comes, I think, this clarity. So that's how the three things are really, playing a big part in where I am right now.
So more power to you at this moment, Richa, and all the best in aligning the purpose and the passion with it. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I don't know how you look at it. For me, it is quite difficult to actually put an order to these three. Would you be able to do that for me in terms of rank? Which one would be the topmost for you?
I actually will not rank them because I tried. I thought about this, and I thought it functions more like the first image that came to me was of a triangle. And then I thought, no, a triangle probably doesn't work because I don't think it's three different sides. What is really representative for me of these three themes is almost an intertwined ring, like a finger ring which you would put. And it's three. So if I can create a visualization for you, it's three gold colors. Like you have your yellow gold, then you have your white gold, and maybe you have your rose gold. And the three of them are intertwined into this beautiful chain. And so it's a ring, it's a circle. You need all three, and you need them to move always constantly. It's almost a cycle or a circle. And they sort of function together and move you forward. I think that's really the best way that I can describe it.
I think I've already got into the visualization and can already see those three colors of gold, intertwined. Very, very nicely put, Richa. And maybe we can actually make one 3P ring, as a product coming up. Okay, so that's an awesome idea too. So I'm sure. So I really like the way you're saying that you are in that power position at this point of time. And how do you think people with whom you come across, and in your professional life, you have been doing a lot of assessments and also running certification programs and Hogan. So I'm sure you come across a lot of professionals. How do you think they can unleash the 3Ps in their life?
Courage, I think, is the first word or concept that comes to mind, because it requires strength, it requires courage in order to be able to come into your own. And very often, I think we look to the outside, right? For whatever guidance. And I think, somebody else on the series spoke about the internal, the focus that it comes from within and the movement comes from within. So I think it's that same sort of concept, except I think it also requires courage. Because in order to do something which perhaps somebody else is not going to agree with, or which goes against the grain, but it is your passion and it is the purpose that you found, requires us to be brave. So that's one thing I would definitely want to put out there. And I think the second thing that I want to say is do the work. It's as simple as that, right? Get that self-awareness, do the work yourself, and more importantly, lean on other people. I've been reading a lot about and hearing a lot about the hero culture that everybody is so immersed in. This one person that climbs the mountaintop all by themselves, and they struggle and fight through adversity, but they're never alone. I think we don't see all the people that are supporting this one person who rises to the top or shines. And so I think that is the other message that I would say is lean on other people, allow others to lean on you, because nothing happens in isolation. We aren't who we are on our own.
Very well put. In fact, that reminds me of a TED Talk that I've been following for some time, and there the speaker is talking of concept of courage from the lines of being bold. So being bold enough to accept or face the consequences of the decisions that you make, standing by your own self. And I think it resonates. And when you were talking of courage, and it kind of reminded me that she's also talking of the same thing. So it's all from within, right? And that's where we can unleash ourselves.
Absolutely.
If the final view, or maybe your 2 cents of wisdom that you think you want to leave our listeners in the context of the 3 Ps.
I'm going to give you another visualization as, just something to think about when we are thinking about power, passion, purpose. And I've sort of drawn it as well on this little piece of paper that I have. Passion can almost be your lighthouse, right? So it's that lighthouse which is the guide. It is shining light on the path. The purpose is the boat in which you're sitting with your oars. And so whatever the lighthouse is shining on, you're basically carving your path. That's your purpose. And the power is those oars, because you're using them to push the waters back and to push yourself forward. So I think that's really, if I could leave people with that one visualization, to at least think of, how do you find your guiding light? How do you make that path, once it's visible, how do you make sure that you're going along that path? And then how do you find the power to get through whatever's going to come in your way, or just to make sure that you're riding that path towards the end?
Wow. I'm already in the boat and the oars, Rucha. So that's where I was. And amazing visualization and a very powerful message to leave behind. Thank you so much. And I'm already looking at the light, Rucha, at this point of time. And thanks for guiding us today and taking our 3P journey ahead. Thank you.
Thanks, Magatha.
Well, that was Rucha sharing her perspectives on power, passion, and purpose. And I am still in the lighthouse impact, where the boat and the oars, and I'm trying to understand how I can make my way through it. Keep listening to this episodes and keep encouraging us. And thank you so much for being a part of the Rendezvous, the story of power, passion, and purpose.